So let's talk about our beloved Bitcoin. Bitcoin is right now sitting at $119,000, as you can see. And the overall situation of Bitcoin is pretty fun. Fun in a sense that today we saw Bitcoin going up to 120,955, almost $121,000. Not that it created a new all-time high, but I mean, it is interesting from the perspective that it is still making attempts at $120,000. Now we're going to discuss why this area is important, because it is crucial for Bitcoin's direction, and I'm going to share the overall perspective of Bitcoin with you as well, from what other people are spreading as a news in the market, and sometimes how retailers, they take that news seriously, and then what will happen accordingly. So you need to understand that when we talk about the overall rally in the market, you are left with how many days? Maximum 12 days. I think that July is the max bullishness you're going to get. August can be a gift, but I think it's going to be really, really questionable. But we will deal with it as we go. But under the assumption that July is your peak, August can stay green, but not as green as July. If we operate under that assumption, you need to understand that we don't have that much time. So we have 12 days. In 12 days, if we don't stabilize above 120, as we can see, there are wicks above it, but the candle bodies are not closing above it. If we close above 120, you can assume 125 and 130. I can talk about that. But if you are not able to stabilize above 120, then you should pretty much understand it can always fall back down to 115 and then $100,000 without a problem, because it's not that much of a trouble. So with Bitcoin, I think right now it is in a very, very tricky place, because today is Friday, so it's the last day of volume. It is going to snatch away the money that flows into it through ETF, and considering how all this rally is pretty much depending on ETF money, if you cut off the ETF source from Bitcoin, you're relying totally on the money that is flowing through altcoins, which is USDT, USDC, from those stable coins. I think that makes it really tricky for Bitcoin to pump over the weekend. It's not that it cannot pump, it's just that it is 5 times harder than it would be on a weekday. So I think that if weekend is there, you can remove 2 more days from it, then you are left with 10 days. 10 days of bullishness, and the target is another $10,000. For that, we need net inflow of $6 billion. It's not that much. Market can do it, but we only have 10 days. So all that stuff can be seen on the graph. You don't need to get that nitty-gritty about it. If it stabilizes above 120 for more than 2 days, you should assume it has started the upward journey towards 130. If it doesn't do it, it can do all this drama around 120, but you should assume it is going to take a turn and it will fall down to 110. And of course, as always, I'll come back and I'll let you know on a daily basis. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.